Hello, I'm Saint Lucia and welcome to the HCS Epoll. It's your opportunity to weigh in on the most pressing issues of the day. Operation Restore Confidence was a controversial police initiative that aimed to combat rising crime in 2011. With Saint Lucia facing an upswing in crime since the end of the pandemic, some have called for the aggressive tactics of that period to be revisited. While proponents point to its effectiveness in rapidly reducing crime, the operation was also plagued by serious allegations of human rights abuses that led to the withdrawal of U.S. security assistance to the RSLPF. Critics argue that such tactics, even when effective, erode public trust and undermine democratic principles. This tension between public safety and individual rights is at the heart of any debate over similar police operations. Some say the question is not simply about the effectiveness, but whether the potential benefits outweigh the inherent risks to a just society, even with a promise of safeguards. The debate also hinges on whether it's possible to conduct aggressive policing without compromising fundamental human rights. Following an alarming spike in gang and gun-related violence over the past several years, the southern community of Vieux-Fort has experienced a significant decline in crime. This improvement is widely seen as being due in part to the efforts of the Ubuntu movement, a community-led initiative focused on addressing the root causes of violence through social intervention and youth empowerment. In a show of support, Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre's administration provided substantial funding to the organization's work. The movement's strategies have included creating safe spaces, implementing after-school programs, and engaging at-risk youths to provide them with positive alternatives to a life of crime. As a result, the community has seen a reduction in gun-related violence and an overall sense of enhanced security, a development that has drawn attention from across the island. The perceived success of the Ubuntu movement has prompted a broader conversation about how to combat similar challenges in other urban areas. So we ask, do you believe a police operation similar to Operation Restore Confidence, with the guaranteed safeguards against human rights abuses, would be effective in fighting crime today? We took to the streets to get your opinion, and here's what you had to say.
Sure, I do. But it has to be done with safeguards, and it has to be to the best of human rights and other concerns for citizens. Given the fact that the crime scene that we have today, the crime situation, we have to, if we have to put it back, but we have to consider many people's, the citizenry, the safety and safeguards of the citizenry.
Apparently, Operation Restore Confidence came in with quite a bit of bitterness, and that in itself caused the United Nations or America itself to kind of have us on a list that was very not welcoming to our levels internationally. So I believe based on the crime level now, we need something that might be, we may have to move away from the terminology of Operation Restore Confidence and maybe come to Operation Restore Safety. And of course, yes, we will have to put the correct mechanisms and measures in place because the crime is really out of hand. And we really need to do something about the guns on the streets.
Restore Confidence was tough. It was tough up to now. We can't get no answers, no results of anything. If it have to go that way for Saint Lucia to cool out on that crime scene, I wouldn't mind. But they must have proper legislation, proper human rights, proper everything to go with what if government have to go there or whoever that wants to go into that, because we can't go ahead and stay for so long with all them crimes going on. I also hope for the best that the crime cool out. I just hope for the best that the country go back how it's supposed to be.
Without human rights services and the law to do that factor, it is a problem. And the problem is accumulating. And we St. Lucians are not going to have any rights or any statistic permission to live a normal life or equal rights and justice right.
So do you support it?
Yes, I do.
No, because despite of what has happened the past couple of years, my dad was also a victim of it. So in order for me to say yes or support that, we need to go for the human rights, because we do need human rights here. It's been depleting for a couple of years, so I'm not confident about it or supporting it.
Now, in the time of restore confidence, I think it was proper that it was proper because it was a different wave of crime, right? And the police knew the persons who were doing the crime at the time, so they could have a restore confidence and target certain persons. But in our case right now, what is happening right now, it is not a case where it's a certain set of people. A man just get up in the morning and he decides he going and shoot somebody and he going and kill somebody. That is how it is. A guy who was never involved in crime just decide he's going and shoot somebody. So to control that type of crime, to put a restore confidence for that type of crime, I don't think it makes sense. I think what is the best thing to do is to ensure that the persons who commit the crime, they are being caught.
I am very sure about that the government has something in place. But this is what we need to understand. The government cannot curtail crime to the point where it will be completely eliminated. Citizens of Saint Lucia and the world, people get frustrated, they get into controversial issues, and the byproduct of that can be disastrous. But I want to believe that every government, including ours, do not believe in crimes. They believe in trying to do the best that they know how in order to curtail the crime, in every place that we live in. I believe that.
Yeah, I think they should have Operation Restore Confidence in place, but they have to put certain measures and take serious action and put legislation in place so that they'll take it from there.
I think there is a need for it. Just put proper legislation in place. Just do whatever that has to be done, and we need it.
Once we do it in the right way, I think it's the best thing to do, because we need to have peace in the place. We need to restore the kind of unity, the kind of tranquility we had in the past. And I think if we restore confidence is a good thing. It's just that we have to do it in a proper way, have the right the right format, have the right procedure, and the right legislation, and everything is going to be okay. That's how I see it.
I do support vehemently another ARC, but it must be guaranteed and operationalized under specific safeguards, so that the police do not go out of the way for themselves to appear to be committing crimes. Yes, crime has to stop, and all measures have to be taken to safeguard the population of Saint Lucia.
Now to our new discussion. St. Lucia's government has tasked the National Insurance Corporation, NIC, with drafting a proposal for a national unemployment insurance program, an initiative gaining traction since the COVID-19 pandemic. The program aims to provide a safety net for workers facing sudden job loss, aligning with the government's broader goal of an active labor market policy that includes more than just cash benefits. The proposal would offer a crucial lifeline to individuals during periods of economic uncertainty, potentially reducing financial hardship and stimulating the economy by maintaining consumer spending. However, concerns have been raised about the long-term sustainability of such a program, given St. Lucia's aging population and declining birth rate, which could strain the NIC's ability to fund these benefits over time. While the program promises to protect vulnerable workers, its implementation faces financial hurdles that could impact future generations. So we ask, do you believe a national unemployment insurance program can be successfully implemented and sustained in St. Lucia? Remember, our Epoll team is always on the go to get your responses as well. Watch the HCS News Force from 7 p.m. for the results and the new discussion.